great card to have. So we're moving on to our gold eagles, and I bought one. I finally got one for Liam. Let me tell you, it is a beauty. And we've got choices today, so we'll move on to the higher numerations later. We're gonna start with the $5 one. Also, when I got here today, 200 of them left. A lot less of them now because you had this show earlier today. It's item 655295. But Mike, we're looking at, again, a perfectly graded coin by Annex. Also, the things we look for, first day of issue, limited edition, 276.
All available exclusively from us. Wow. Now, a couple of things about the Gold Eagle. First things first, incredibly low edition on this of only 276. Solid gold. This is not layered or plated or vermeil or any of that other stuff. This is a solid gold American Eagle coin. First day of issue, of course, exclusive to us here at HSN, 100% exclusive. It is the most affordable gold coin put out by the United States government. 100% right? The most affordable gold coin put out by the United States government. And once again, it is solid gold, so keep that in mind. It is the brand new 2019 as well. It is first day of issue. And one of the things about gold, when we look at condition, and we see Mint State 70, so it's perfect. Gold is a very soft metal. It makes it much more difficult to get in Mint State 70 than, let's say, a silver coin or even a nickel coin or any of the clad coins that are out there. Much more difficult because, you know, as gold is so soft, it can pick up any imperfection. It quite easily picks up imperfections. There's no doubt about that. And so because of that, it becomes much more difficult to get a Mint State 70 coin. So to get 276 coins, I bought 5,000 coins, basically, which is a sealed box to make sure I have the best possible coins available for that. So I had to buy 500 ounces of gold for us to do this. We have, so for our gold eagles, that's right, our gold eagles and our silver eagles, we have literally invested millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in those coins to basically pull out the best of the best, these Mint State 70, absolutely perfect, solid gold coins that are in the best possible condition, which means they have the greatest possible value, which means they have the greatest possible value. And so that's what we have here. Like, so we started the day with 276. We've had a couple of 3-minute presentations. I assume we're under 200 coins at this point. And keep in mind, like any of these, the key to this is once that edition sells out, this coin is in essence gone forever.
That's
in other words, no first day of issue 2019 American $5 Gold Eagle will be able to be sold because we're done. We're exclusive, exclusive to us. And so what's made is made, what's done is done, each coin individually numbered so you know exactly where it falls within the limited edition.
Such a wonderful thing to